Alright, it's recording. This is Yusuf at JohnTheHutDweller. It's responding to David P. Witham, and I'm making this as a response because he brought up 2 points that I'd like to expound upon or talk about. He said that Protestantism is pseudo-Christianity, which is absolutely the case. This is absolutely correct. It has no link with ancient Christianity at all. And this ties into the next point that he said, that he got a lot of knee-jerk reaction atheist comments on one of his videos about Darwinism, but his reservations about Darwinism, not the science behind it, but just the political views and everything. Yes, it seems that there are a few atheists on YouTube that do not have these knee-jerk reactions. But I was talking with an atheist just recently, and they calmly and politely just back and forth until I didn't seem agitated enough, or they didn't crack into me, or I didn't get defensive. So they started wrapping it up, saying it's going into astrotheology, which, if anybody knows, astrotheology is in the same basket as creationism. The Zeitgeist movie, if you're... I mean, the idea of a people being against believing things without evidence and being for skepticism, and then buying into astrotheology and saying, well, that's one opinion, and I mean, it finally boiled down to this person saying, well, that's one opinion, and religion is the other, and they're both on equal footing. Do you say that about creationism and Darwinism? I mean, it's very strange. It's funny, the knee-jerk reaction of the atheists gets so hostile. I mean, to the point where I'm going to almost have to take down my channel. It's still uncertain at this point. I may just not do that. I may even just close down the new one. But I mean, it's ridiculous. It gets to the point, the knee-jerk reactionists get in a confrontation with somebody about morality and where does it come from. And I actually, in my first 2 videos to them, praised them, saying, you know, this is good, but you're speaking against Western Christianity, not Eastern. And they couldn't deal with a single word that I said. They had, I would say misquote, but it's not. They would put up these quotes that had nothing to do with anything that I said, that they said were coming from me, and they were responding to them. Another person wrote, if you sold the Vatican, you could end world hunger, as if world hunger had anything to do with enough food. It has to do with politics. They told them you give $1 billion to North Korea, none of those people are going to get any of the food. It's political regimes. It's funny how on YouTube there's very few skeptical, rational atheists here, and they immediately assume Protestantism is the true Christianity. Sola Scriptura that's Christianity, and anything else is just liberalism or deviation from that. That's how Dawkins treats it. Oblivious to the East, oblivious to our church, the true church. And they said, oh, so those people aren't Christians, and you're the only Christian? I said, they're heretics. Do you not? I mean, they don't even know the definitions of these things. Absolutely, the Protestants are pseudo-Christians. Sola Scriptura is a heresy that needs to be fought. I actually had an Orthodox person attacking Archbishop Lazar from All Saints Monastery, as screwy as that is, saying that he was too hostile to the Protestants. No, it's these definitions that we need to, make. I think your video is dead on. I think we need to talk more about the knee-jerk reaction atheists, because they're to the point of hyper insanity. It's crazy. Uncritical thought, they claim that against religious people, and then they use astrotheology, zeitgeist type stuff to back up their claims. Odd, isn't it? Peace to you. This is Yusuf at John the Hut Dweller.